Sometimes, the people we sacrifice the most for are the ones who hurt us the deepest. This is a story of two sisters. One was kind. One was cunning. When money, love, and loyalty collide, tragedy isn't far behind. This is the car loan saga you won't forget. In a small, warm apartment in Enugu, two sisters lived together. Kelechi, the older one, was calm, quiet, and always kind. She worked as a school teacher and didn't have much money, but she was happy. Her younger sister, Cynthia, was very different. Cynthia liked shiny clothes, loud music, and big dreams. But she didn't have a job. When Cynthia came to stay with Kelechi, she brought two big bags and even bigger trouble. "I just need a place to rest for a while," she said with a smile. Kelechi opened her door and her heart. She never asked what had happened. That was her sister. Blood was blood. Every day, Kelechi went to school to teach children. Every night, Cynthia sat on her phone, laughing, chatting, and scrolling through Instagram. She followed girls who sold wigs, cars, and even perfumes. They all looked rich. One morning, she looked at Kelechi and said, "I know how I can make money." Kelechi, still tying her wrapper, looked up. "How?" "I want to start a luxury car business. People are making it big. If I have just one nice car, I can post it online and get rich people to buy from me." Kelechi blinked. "Where will you get a car from?" "You," Cynthia said, smiling sweetly. "Me." Kelechi laughed. "I don't even have a car for myself." "You have a job, Kelechi. The bank will give you a loan. Please help me. You know I can't do it without you." Kelechi stood still. Her heart beat fast. A car loan. That was serious. She could barely pay her own bills. How would she pay for a car? Cynthia's voice dropped low. She walked close and touched Kelechi's shoulder. "You're my only family. If I don't start something now, I'll be stuck forever. Please, Kelechi. Just help me once. I swear I will pay every kobo back." Kelechi looked at her little sister's eyes. They were full of hope. Or maybe something else. She wasn't sure. But her heart softened. Later that night, Kelechi couldn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling, thinking. Cynthia had no job, no plan, no savings. But maybe, just maybe, this would work, she whispered to herself. What if I say yes? Will she really pay me back? The next morning, Cynthia danced into the kitchen with her phone in hand. "Look," she said, showing Kelechi a picture of a black Lexus RX 350. "It's clean. The dealer said he can hold it for me if I pay half now. Just get the loan. The rest will come." Kelechi felt something heavy press on her chest. But she nodded slowly, and just like that, the bond between the two sisters became tied to something dangerous: money. What Kelechi didn't know was that this decision would not only empty her bank account, it would break her heart. The bank was cold. Kelechi sat on a hard chair, holding her handbag tightly. Sweat rolled down her back, even though the air conditioner was on. A man in a black suit smiled at her from behind the desk. 3.2 million Nigerian nairas. He asked, typing into his computer. "Yes, your salary qualifies you. But you must pay 180,000 Nigerian nairas every month. For 2 years. Can you handle that? Kelechi nodded slowly. Her hands were shaking. Her stomach felt tight. She didn't want a car. She didn't even need one. This was not her dream. It was her sister's. But Cynthia had cried so much the night before, begging, promising, holding her hands and saying, Kelechi, if you don't help me now, I'll be nothing. I'll end up like those girls who sleep with men for money. Please save me. So Kelechi signed the papers. A week later, a shiny black Lexus RX 350 was parked in front of their building. Neighbors came out to stare. Wow. Who bought this? They asked. My sister did. Cynthia said proudly, tossing her long wig behind her shoulders. I'm starting my business. That evening, Kelechi cooked jollof rice and fried chicken. It was a celebration. But as she stirred the pot, she looked at the car through the window. She whispered, I hope I didn't make a mistake. At first, everything looked fine. Cynthia dressed in sharp clothes, took photos with the car, posted videos online, and shouted, this ride is for sale. She told Kelechi big stories every day. A man in Abuja wants to buy it. A lady in Lekki offered me 5 million Nigerian nairas. I'm meeting an importer next week. I just need to build my name first. Kelechi listened. She believed. She wanted to believe. She even helped pay for Cynthia's data bundle and hair salon visits so she would look professional. But by the third month, the bank started calling, hello, Miss Kelechi. Your car loan payment is late. Do you need help? Kelechi blinked. Late. But I thought. She called Cynthia. Did you pay the 180,000 Nigerian nairas this month? Oh, I'm working on a deal, Cynthia said quickly. Next week, I'll send you the full thing. Chill, sis. Kelechi looked at the calendar. Her rent was also due. Her phone bill. Her transport money. She sighed and dipped into her little savings. She paid the loan herself. Every day after that, she watched the car leave with Cynthia and come back late. But there was never any money. One evening, she asked, how is the business going? Ife laughed. These rich people are slow. But I have a big buyer lined up. Just trust me. Kelechi smiled. But inside, she felt something was not right. She opened her bank app, balance 8,210 Nigerian nairas, and she had 23 days until the next loan payment. That night, she sat on her bed and whispered, God, did I do the wrong thing? Please. Don't let this go bad. But the storm had already begun. 3 more weeks passed. Kelechi woke up one morning to loud music coming from the living room. She dragged her tired body out of bed and saw Cynthia dancing in front of the mirror. You're going out again? Kelechi asked softly. Of course, Cynthia said, blowing kisses to herself in the mirror. One big man wants to check out the car today. If he buys it, we'll both be rich. Kelechi didn't smile. Her face was tired. Her eyes were sad. Ife, she began. It's been 4 months. I've paid the loan every single time. I thought you said you would handle it. I said I would. Cynthia snapped. Don't rush me. These things take time. You think selling cars is like selling puff-puff. Kelechi opened her mouth but said nothing. That day at school, Kelechi couldn't concentrate. Her students noticed, "Auntie Kelechi, are you okay?" One girl asked. She nodded quickly. But her mind was full of worry. She now had just 1,700 Nigerian nairas left in her account. Cynthia had not paid a single kobo. After school, she rushed home and waited. No car, no Cynthia, no phone call. She dialed Cynthia's number, switched off. At 11 p.m., Cynthia finally walked in. She smelled of perfume and was carrying a new handbag. "Where did you go?" Kelechi asked. "Relax," Cynthia said. "I was with a client." "Why is your phone off?" "It died." "You're wearing new clothes." "Did you sell the car?" "No. But I'm preparing." "Appearance is everything." Kelechi stared at her. Her heart was beating faster. "Where did you get the money for that bag? Why do you always ask questions? It's like you don't want me to succeed." "I've been paying the loan alone, Cynthia." Kelechi cried. "My savings are gone. I eat Gary twice a day. I'm tired." Ife rolled her eyes. "Did I hold your hand and force you to sign the loan?" Those words hit Kelechi like a slap. She froze. Tears rushed to her eyes, but she turned away. That night, Kelechi prayed. "God, please touch my sister's heart. I just wanted to help her. Now I'm drowning." 2 days later, Kelechi came home from school and found something strange. The car was gone. She waited. She waited all evening. At midnight, Cynthia came home alone. "Where's the Lexus?" Kelechi asked. Ife looked away. "I sold it." Kelechi's mouth fell open. "You what?" "I needed quick money. A friend in Lagos helped me." "Don't worry, I'll get another one." "You sold the car I'm still paying for." Kelechi fell to her knees, holding her chest. She couldn't breathe. The walls felt like they were closing in. Cynthia stood there, chewing gum. "It's not the end of the world, I beg." But for Kelechi, something inside had cracked. The car was gone, the loan remained, and the person she trusted most had betrayed her. The house felt cold now. Not because of the weather, but because of silence. Kelechi and Cynthia barely spoke anymore. The laughter that once lived in their little flat had packed its bags and left. Kelechi would leave early for school and return to a quiet house. She no longer waited up for Cynthia. She stopped asking questions. But deep inside, her heart was burning. One Saturday morning, while marking her students' homework, Kelechi got a WhatsApp message from her friend. "Chinya, girl, come and see your sister on Instagram Live. She's living her best life." Oh, Kelechi clicked the link. There was Cynthia at a beach party in Lekki, wearing a glittering dress, dancing with a bottle of wine in her hand. She was smiling, laughing, spinning in circles. People were cheering. In the background, Kelechi saw something worse. Her ex-boyfriend, Emeka, the one who had broken her heart 2 years ago, he was standing next to Cynthia, his hand on her waist. Kelechi dropped her phone. Her hands trembled. Her stomach turned. She felt sick. That evening, she waited for Cynthia. When her sister walked in, Kelechi stood in the middle of the room. "I saw your video." Ife looked confused. Which video? The party. The wine? Emeka. Oh, that. Cynthia said, brushing it off. It was just vibes. You're living large while I'm eating soaked Gary in the dark. I didn't ask you to do that, Cynthia replied coldly. You chose this. You were desperate to be my hero. Kolechi's eyes widened. I helped you because you're my sister. And I'm not your baby. I never forced you. So stop blaming me for your choices. Kolechi's hands dropped to her sides. Her legs felt weak. She sat down. Slowly, all I asked, she said softly, was for you to pay back the loan. That's it. You said you would. You made promises. Ife scoffed. Life changed. Plans changed. Get over it. There was no more shouting. No crying. Kolechi just sat there, staring at the wall. Later that week, the bank called again. Miss Kolechi, the woman on the phone said, your loan is now 3 months overdue. We may report you to credit authorities if payment is not made. Kolechi mumbled, okay, and hung up. She had no money left. Her rent was due next week. Her body felt tired. Her mind was heavier than ever. At school, she forgot her lesson plans. She lost her voice while teaching. She almost fainted while writing on the board. Her friend, Chinya, came to her class during break. You don't look well. What's going on? Kolechi gave a weak smile. Nothing. Just stress. But Chinya wasn't fooled. Is it Cynthia? Kolechi didn't reply. She just nodded. Later that night, in the quiet of her room, Kolechi opened a drawer and looked at the loan agreement. She whispered, I helped her from love. But she gave me pain in return. She didn't know how much longer she could hold on, but something darker was coming. It was Monday morning. Kolechi opened her eyes and felt like a heavy stone was on her chest. She hadn't eaten since Saturday. There was no rice in the cupboard. No Gary. Just dry salt and a small sachet of Maggi. Her head was hot. Her mouth was dry, still. She stood up, dressed slowly, and went to school, but when she entered her class, she could barely walk straight. The blackboard spun. Her legs wobbled. The children noticed. Auntie Kolechi. One boy said, then everything went dark. Kolechi collapsed in front of her students. She woke up in a hospital bed with a drip in her arm. Her head was pounding. A nurse stood beside her. You're lucky, Kelechim, she said. You fainted from stress and hunger. Your blood pressure is very high. The doctor came in. You need to rest. You've been overworking. Are you eating well? Kolechi didn't answer. What was there to eat? That night, she laid in the hospital bed and looked at the ceiling. Her body was weak, but her heart was weaker. The same heart that had trusted. That had given everything. No call from Cynthia, no text, no how are you, sister. Kolechi went home 2 days later. Her boss had sent her on medical leave. She arrived at the apartment and found a shock waiting for her. Half the furniture was gone, the small TV gone. The microwave gone. Even the center table she bought with her first salary was missing. She opened her mouth in horror. What happened here? The neighbor across the hall came out. Bank agents came yesterday. Said they were collecting things to cover your loan. We tried to call you. Your phone was off. Kelechi slowly walked into her now half-empty home. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Not because of the things that were gone, but because she had lost everything that mattered. That evening, she walked to the nearest ATM. She checked her balance, 58 Nigerian nairas. That was all she had left in the world. She sat on the concrete near the ATM and cried quietly. The next day, Chinia visited. You can stay with me for a while, she said. I have an extra room. Kelechi nodded. Her voice was gone. Her smile too. As they were packing her things, Kelechi received a message on her old phone, a photo of Cynthia at the Dubai Mall. She was standing next to a gold sports car, smiling wide, wearing sunglasses, and holding shopping bags. Caption, soft life only. No stress this year. Kelechi stared at the screen. Her hands did not shake. Her lips did not move. She simply turned the phone off and whispered to herself, I gave her everything. Even my peace. And in return, she gave me this. That was the day Kelechi stopped waiting for apologies. That was the day her love for Cynthia finally died. Kelechi gave everything, her money, her trust, her love. She didn't ask for much in return, just honesty, just a little kindness, just one promise kept. But sometimes, the people we fight for are the same people who leave us bleeding. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Be kind. But protect your peace, be generous. But not at the cost of your soul. Love real-life stories that touch the heart. Want more deep, raw African stories that feel too real to be fiction? Then please subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next story. And tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you were Kelechi? Thank you for watching. And remember, helping others should never destroy you.